All right.
Hello, everybody,
What's
and
up?
welcome to Perspective, where you have your girl, Pam, and I'm going to give it to you my way.
You got your boy Carlos Mack. I'm always gonna give it to you my way, whether you like it or not. Who's our special guest today? Who we got in the building?
My name is Kendall Jackson. Some people know me as Kenny Cole, and I guess I'm gonna give it to you from my perspective and my way.
Please do. That's the only way we do it around here.
So,
So,
so tell everybody about you, Kendall. What do you do? If you would like to tell the audience what you do.
okay, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
So, what do you do?
You got
Uh-huh.
some extra stuff. Go ahead,
I'm a
Kendall.
serial entrepreneur in predominantly most of my businesses are in the entertainment field. Uh, I've done everything from be a performer, a music performer or artist, to manager, to label executive, to club promoter and club owner. Most of my businesses, like I said, are entertainment related. I also have some other entrepreneurial endeavors that are outside of music, but that is who I am. I'm an entrepreneur.
I heard you
Okay,
say
okay.
you're a serial entrepreneur. I can't be mad at that. That's like
Never.
it's like serial hustler, like killer. I hear you. What you got, Pam?
So Kendall, where are you based out? Where's your business based out of?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. So if anybody wants your services or anything like that, how would they get in touch with you or whatever? Or they just
They can visit my website, est1985.co. That's one of my companies. You can check out some of the people that I work with and represent and some of the services that we provide there. And that's
okay.
est1985.co.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So if y'all out there and y'all need some entertainment advice or whatever, then you know to go with Kenny Cole. Tell us some of the stuff that you used to do back in the day, because you did used to have a song out with Keisha Cole, didn't you?
Yes, I've been a rapper, a producer, a songwriter.
Okay.
I've written for a lot of different people. One of my his as a rapper, we did a song called My Space Freak when I was performing a group called Seaside. Um, as a producer, I produced the platinum album, on the Franchise Boys that included, along with a couple other tracks that I produced. So I just wore a bunch of different hats when I was younger, and that's how I ended up becoming an executive. So
Okay.
anything anybody would want to know about music industry for the most part.
But yeah,
Did I freeze
that's
you?
what's up.
Or did
But
I
check this
freeze
out,
you?
Kendall. You going in and out because I guess you're traveling. Is it possible that you can like kind of like pull over for a second, like while we do it? I'm just saying that's a request. I know you're a busy guy, right? Because you're going in and out. I'm assuming you're in the A.
I got you. All right, I'll pull
Okay,
over
well,
at the next exit. Can y'all hear me
That's
now?
cool. Yeah, that's
we can
well.
hear
It's
you.
cool. If you're
Okay,
gonna pull
I'll
over
pull
to the
over at
next
the next
exit,
exit.
all right, we're gonna keep going. What you got, Pam? I know you got something juicy. We got somebody that's very well rounded in the music industry. I can't wait to see what you gonna ask this guy about pretty much anything. You come up with some crazy stuff sometimes.
Right. But you know what? I always start off, I don't ever ask anybody what they do, questions for the most part,
Pertaining to them,
because
yeah.
retaining what they do every day,
Okay.
because that's, yeah. But so the question of the day is, for a boss chick, how do men respect and or intimidated by females in today's society, especially the Black female?
Okay, question. Let me make sure I understand the question. The question is for boss chicks. Actually, the question is, how do men feel about boss chicks? Like, what do we feel about them? Is what you're going
Yeah,
at?
how do you
ask the
feel? How
question
do you
again.
feel?
Ask the question
So
again.
the question is, are men intimidated by women of power? Are men intimidated, or do men respect them? How often do you push back when it comes to taking advice from a woman, even if she knows what she's talking about? You know, do men feel like they have to play the power role instead of just saying, "Hey, she actually knows what she's talking about. Let me respect that," or do they feel like I have to be the man, and so I'm gonna dictate no matter what?
Ooh. All right. Kendall, you want to take point, or you still trying to
I'm
get?
trying to pull over. So
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and
Carlos, you start
yeah, I'm
off,
gonna go ahead and
Carlos.
ride with this one. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. You normally we talking about Farrakhan or Black Lives Matter or something. So this is a little bit different. Check this out. I think it depends on for a man. The problem is we got to establish dominancy immediately. If you're an alpha, you know what I mean. A beta he might not go that route, but if you got an alpha or you got a guy that's about business or you got a guy that's focused, whatever way you want to put it, he's going to want to make sure he puts you in a certain category because he has to deal with you on a day-to-day basis, right? So he has to establish whether or not y'all communication, what his level of communication with you is, what he can do with you, what he can't. So what you might be feeling is, as a boss chick, quotation marks, you might be feeling like, he don't trust me, he don't, whatever, or he not listening. What he might be what he might be trying to fill out is whether or not you're receptive to him leading. And what you're feeling is him bumping head. The same thing he have to do with dudes. The same thing you have to do with dudes in business or in his business, or because in the relationship, it's almost like a business. Like somebody got to be the boss. You got a lot of sub bosses, foremen, blah, blah, blah. But you have to have somebody who's guiding that ship, captain, blah, blah, blah. So he's trying to figure out the push pull, like how much you going to listen, how much you ain't. You feel me? So what happens is that a boss chick is off top. She's doing the same thing. She's doing the same exact thing that he's doing in the relationship. She's trying to establish dominancy or her place, and she's testing him. And she don't even realize she's testing this dude, right? So while she's testing him, he's feeling tested. Right? It sounds like a cliche, right? But it's like common sense. So I'm gonna end it there. While you're testing him, he's testing you, and there's the clash.
So my thing is, when women know what they're talking about, even in relationships, in the business field, the workforce, and everyday life, I've noticed that men gather around and they don't want to hear anything that the woman has to say, even if she's very informed with that particular field. They don't want to hear it. They don't feel like what she has to say is valuable. So they will actually make 10,000 mistakes than to listen to the advice of a woman that knows what she's talking about, so you don't have to make one mistake. So the thing is, why are men so intimidated? I mean, Kendall, you want to touch bases on the question?
I mean, I'm not intimidated. I don't know about other men. I mean, I feel like just like it is with men, like you know your place. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess when Carlos was saying something about alpha male,
you know your place,
and beta male.
Hey, let him finish. God damn,
alpha male know his place in any room. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a person of a certain character and a certain faith, like, it doesn't really matter what the other people in the room are doing. It don't take away from who you are. And if your purpose is to fulfill something or to complete something, then basically you trying to cooperate with the other people in the room to fulfill the job. You know, if you're an alpha and your job is to make sure that you end something with completion, it don't really matter. Like, if you there to pay the bills, you there to have a good time, you're not letting whatever's going on disrupt what you there for. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like the woman being a strong woman, like, it don't take away from me being a strong man. So it don't intimidate me. It don't change me or nothing. It's like, okay, I respect who you are and what you're doing. How can we work together to accomplish something? Simple as that.
Okay. So where's the balance? So let's
let me throw my hand up real quick. All right. See, like what Kendall's talking about, he's fast tracking. He's already past what you're talking about. So what you're talking about is the initial immediate type stuff. And sometimes it gets long and drawn out because the man ain't established it early enough, and the woman's still, trying to establish her dominancy. What he's talking about is, I know who I am. You know who I am now that we've already had the initial, confrontation. I don't know what it's going to call it. Initial contact.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying it become a confrontation if somebody having to prove to the other person who they are.
Right.
So we talking about two people who know who they are. So,
but you have to. But Kendall,
intimidation only playing when somebody somewhere has an insecurity or a lack of confidence, or they pseudo about the stuff that they say they feel good about, or them knowing who they really are. That means that somewhere along the way they don't.
Right.
So if somebody else throws that off, then you was lying. You was faking it.
Right.
Whether you're a male or a female. If you're a boss chick and the dude who really got his stuff together, who actually telling you, hey, this is better for you. Instead of what you're doing, you should try this. But it's throwing you off because you so used to being in control. That's on you. That's your insecurity. You don't know how to take somebody else that can bring something to the table.
So what about the man?
Huh?
So what about the man? What if the female tells the man, this is better for you? Then what did I say about the man?
I'm gonna receive it. If you're telling me something about something you know about, I'm gonna receive it. Because you didn't have to share it with me.
Here, listen, y'all. Here's what I'm talking about. You got what Kendall's talking about is look, you already see what it is. What Pam is talking about is I'm showing you, I know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you this is what it is. What I'm saying is that the problem is in the transaction of information. Problem is that the woman don't know the culture. The woman is stepping outside of the culture of men, like you're talking about. Like let's just say sports for example, right? So say for instance you're a woman and you know what's like Pam, you know what's up with basketball. You really tight with basketball, right?
Right.
So an average dude, he gonna see you, he gonna be like, she don't know about that, no. Right? So he's already in the culture, our culture, our American, black, whatever way you want to go, man, female culture, is that women aren't as proficient in basketball, mechanics, whatever the hell you want to say, fixing stuff around the house, blah, blah, blah. So when you come strong with that, you stepping outside of what the stigmata. So and especially if you coming strong, you seem like you like testing. How can I put it? It's like almost like you trying to say, okay, this is a man's realm, and now you're better at it than these men, but you coming at it. The problem is that women come at it the wrong way. Y'all got to use y'all feminine like weapons. You gotta be smooth with it. Y'all come hard, a dude gonna be like, oh shit, she trying to like come in our atmosphere. She don't know what she talking about. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all feel like we cutting y'all out when it's just what it is. Am I making any sense right now?
So I'm gonna interject one last time. So let me say this too. It's a difference between being a boss chick or an empowered woman and being a woman who feel like she can replace a man or don't need a man. That's
Right.
an insecurity thing. Like, why do you have to downplay what somebody else's role is to empower yourself and to lift yourself up?
Right. Now, see, that's not the type of women I'm talking about today, and that's
Your
true.
question was
There are
your
some
question
women.
was about your question was about why men don't listen to y'all, right? Basically, in certain situations when y'all know what y'all talking about. When y'all know what y'all
that wasn't my question. My question was the intimidation from men versus when they see a woman of power and a boss chick that is very informed about what she do know.
But you put a side note
So
on it. You said when y'all know what y'all talking about.
yes, like yes. So let's use the basketball for example. So if if I am watching you coach basketball and I tell you, hey, this is not working for your team. Do this. This might help you out, right?
Right.
But then you turn around and you say, you don't want to hear from me. But other men are telling you different things that's still not working. But you rather lose than to listen to a woman. Now let's move to a business aspect where women are graduating at an alarming rate. They're in the corporation. They're number 2 in the corporations. So when you see a black woman in power doing her thing, and a black woman tell you what you need to do, it's always looked at as she has an attitude or she's feeling herself. But when she's just doing her job, when she's just doing what she needs to do, even in a relationship, there you have the man that runs the relationship, but then a woman may give the man advice, but he doesn't want to hear it if it doesn't sound like it was his idea. So women have to always try to make it seem like it's your idea to stroke your ego. So what you think about that, Kendall? Because I know you got to go shortly, so we want to make sure we get all of your opinions about this subject.
So what exactly are you saying?
So your question.
So what I'm saying is oftentimes, no matter what field it is, in relationships, just a general advice to a man, in business and in the corporate world, men seem to be intimidated by a woman of power.
Yeah, I see it. I see it happen all the time, but I would have to say, like, unfortunately, I think that those guys are the guys that they're trying to hide something within their power. And so they're afraid to share it with not just that woman at that time, but whoever. And that's that insecure man, that don't feel like he gonna hold his power for long. And so he got to do whatever he can to sabotage, to downplay that woman, to degrade or denigrate that woman, in order to keep his own power and his own leverage.
I hate it.
I see weak men like that all the time. A lot of those people have power in our society. They have power in my industry. I really myself though, I would have to say, I respect women. I like it when a woman knows what she's talking about. Because I think a feminine energy, feminine touch is needed in a lot of situations. I just don't think that it works out well when, like I said, a woman of power feels like, or a man of power feels like, in the process they gotta downplay the others in order to empower themselves. Because anytime a woman got to play down men to show what she's been able to accomplish, it always backfires. Because we see that, and we like, well, all of us ain't like the guys that you're talking about, and we got to show you.
I think on it. Hold on for a sec. Like, I hate to do this because every time we got a dude on here, I really like to make sure we on the same page. But me and Ken, I don't know if we on the same page. But I would say this because I think sometimes we have to establish a little bit of dominancy. And the only reason I say that is because our sisters been through black women have been through a lot of reconditioning to be self-sufficient, um, be able to perform by themselves with the children, in corporate, dealing with all that. So a lot of the times we have to establish ourselves. We almost got to prove ourselves, even if amongst men we Gucci, we straight. But when it comes to them, we have to prove ourselves, and almost on a daily, that okay, we know what we're talking about. We're proficient. We're consistent, and that's okay. But the point is that a man needs to be aware that a woman is looking at you and your performance on the daily consistently. And if you're not a dude who's gonna step up, she gonna step up on top of you. And it's not even so much your self-esteem, it's just you knowing, just like in work. If you don't establish, look, I'm the in my job, right? I always use my fucking job for example. If you don't establish you're the foreman, you're gonna have 4 or 5 dudes step on top of you. And it's dudes, we talking about men. You understand me? So you get a woman who's used to being able to call the shots with the man, she's gonna be looking for you to step up. So yes, you can be confident in yourself, but if you ain't proving nothing, she gonna roll on you, roll
Well,
over you.
that's where the
But
confidence
see,
comes from.
that's
Like
where
that's the difference. See, you got people who
I
got
was about to say
pseudo
that.
confidence, and then you got people who do. So you don't talk. You listen to what's going on, you observe, and then you fix problems like men. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at the end of the day, it's not the establishment and that volley. It don't happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? That proving yourself is only in the situations when it's necessary. And I don't feel like in the workplace it's always necessary. Like you do it with your actions. You don't have to continuously do it. You don't have to continuously say to somebody, hey, I'm worth your respect. Your actions gonna show it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
And so in my opinion, I feel like in the workplace, it's just the same almost as it is in the household where if you doing what you're supposed to do, then you shouldn't feel no type of way when you get, when somebody questions you. Because when the truth come out, the facts are gonna line up, and you don't have no reason to feel like you got to defend your manhood or defend your place in the household or defend your position in the workplace. Because at the end of the day, the facts show what has been done or what needs to be done. And so I feel like a lot of the times the insecurity always coming from people who ain't doing right or know where their shortcomings are, and they just don't want other people to know. You know what I'm saying? And that's just accountability. People got issues with acknowledging what they do wrong. Everybody ain't perfect. Nobody perfect. So it's like, even if a woman come in that show you where you falling short, regardless of how good you've been doing, that shouldn't change your confidence. Just do what you need to do. If a woman has been able to highlight where you fell short, thank God for that and step up and keep it moving. It shouldn't make you feel like you got to keep proving yourself after you get something right. Like, just do what you
Right.
got to do.
So let me.
Pam about to give you amen.
Yeah, I agree. Because I do agree with you on that. Me and Kendall do not always agree. We go back and forth. Kendall is my cousin, and we've had conversations where we didn't agree. But I actually agree with him on that. I feel like that I always say we're stronger together. So if I'm in a relationship with a man and I'm telling him the things that he needs to improve on, then he shouldn't take it as I'm bossing him or I'm pushing him. I'm trying to elevate him. And if he's with me and he tell me something that I need to improve on, I need to look at it as the same way. Like we're not against each other, we're with each other. And if I'm on a job and I am the CEO of my own business and I have someone that works under me and I'm letting them know what's going to make my business better, then I expect for that person to respect what I'm saying as a woman and not feel like they know more because they are a man. Because you are a man doesn't mean you know more. It just means that you are a man, and hopefully you can lead better with certain instances, but not all. I think that women bring power to a situation that men can't bring, and I think that men bring something to the situation that women can't bring. You know, we all
No
come with
question.
different perspectives that builds us up. And I don't think that we should, whatever I try to build you up with, don't mean I'm trying to tear you down. Take it and embrace it, and learn from it, and not feel like you have to be intimidated by a woman's knowledge.
So I got a question. Like this is, I mean, this is very interesting to me, because I mean, I agree with Kendall. Like sometimes, actions speak louder than words. Ain't no sometimes, most of the time. Unless you just taking too much in account of what everybody is thinking and saying. But I have a very intimate question, and I want to know this, because I want to know this from intelligent people, not just any old Joe Smoke. How much of it is tone? How much of it is,
All of it. See,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
We lack tact as far as trying to make sure that they get the message above all. Like, so that means if we gotta doctor how we deliver it to make sure they get it, that's what we lack. And then on their side, when they have to feel like they're checking, women generally try to match a man's tone and a man's aggression, and that generally gets met with a clash by men. And so, like, we don't have enough tact, and then sometimes they be too aggressive, trying to level up or meet a man at the level that they feel like that he's at, and that's where we be butting heads a lot.
That's
we
exactly.
should be more considerate, and they should be a little bit more
considerate. It's the same thing.
It's
the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's two different perspectives.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It goes back. Listen. It goes back to exactly what I said. Everybody trying to be the alpha, and everybody butting heads the same thing. You're not with the culture. It's like when we talk about tact, it's all about perspective of no pun intended. It's all about perspective of how is expected for you as the person you are to come in our
let me ask
culture.
you a question.
In our culture. And if you're not aware of, I'm saying, if you're not aware of what means to be a man, and what it means to be a man listening to a woman, and what it means to be a woman talking to a man, or what it means to a man listening to another man, if you're not aware of these things and you come at them like a woman talking to her board, or you come at them talking to a woman coming to another woman, you're gonna be met with exactly what I'm talking about. It's
so
communication.
let me
Everybody's gonna be on 10.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Men, so if you meet a woman that is more intelligent than you are in certain areas, and you are the alpha, do an alpha male need to understand how to balance himself dealing with a strong woman?
I actually think that an alpha male does better with an intelligent woman. Only reason I say that is because, first and foremost, this ain't gonna come across right. I can feel it. She already know her place in society and how she gonna move. She already knows, okay, if she's a smart person, she's socially smart, she's maybe book smart, she's all these other different things. But the most important part in this situation is being socially smart. You understand that you're dealing with a dude. Like,
so you want a street girl, because socially smart women, there's a difference.
What does that mean?
I mean, women that are socially smart sometimes are not always.
No,
I hate to say it, not always book smart. So I mean, I'm quite sure that there's a balance. There you can't be book smart and street smart at the same time.
So what do you mean by intelligent? Let's be clear.
What do you mean by intelligent? Okay. So what I mean by intelligence is someone that knows a little bit more about a certain field than you do. And do a man need to make sure that he balance that with that alpha power? Like, okay, I know she know more than me, but I'm the man, and I'm not going to even listen to that.
All right, check it. It's not even about what you know. It's about the fact that how you're presenting what you know, because everybody's gonna know something a little more about this and that, right? I could have been raised by parents with real estate advice, and I'm be stupid as a box of rocks. I could be Donald Trump or some shit. I could be, whatever. It's not about what you know in particular; it's how you're presenting to that man. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about two different things. An intelligent person, you could be an accountant, you could be this and that, but if you're coming at him in a certain way that bleeds into it being a problem in the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
So
you
what do you
coming at him in the wrong way. So I'm saying, I hate to say it, but I'm just saying, know your, like, as a man, I know my role. I'm not gonna come to you and start talking to you about how you certain things about the
how you bake
social
the cake.
things. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'll be stupid. I'll be like, you know what? I don't know. It's weird, but I'm saying that you just have to pick your battles, and it doesn't matter what you know.
So
You have to say
Kendall,
it in a certain way.
so
Kendall's
Kendall,
like,
so you think that
I'm waiting for
women
a spot.
basically dumb themselves down in order to make the man
Oh
feel
man, that's
superior?
not what I said, bro.
No, I
That's not
don't
what I
think that's
said.
what he said, and then I don't think that at all. I feel like in the end, in the ideal world, mates, when they match up, they find somebody that balances them out, somebody that contributes in ways that they don't, somebody that's smarter in the areas where they're not as smart. But the problem is, like I said, when we have these issues with accounting for who we really are and how we really are, we run into these things when people expose our shortcomings and expose our flaws. That we have a real big issue, with showing that when we got flaws. So in the end, if somebody checking you but helping build you up, it should help you. But the problem be, some of us have those great intentions, but our tact is messed up, and the way that we talk to people be messed up. So the point that we're trying to get across never gets met, and it never gets, understood. And all it becomes is confrontation, conflict, and arguments. That's why, in the end, when you finding somebody that's supposedly balancing you out, over the conversations, look at what's been done. Like, look at the actions, because ultimately that's what's going to really decide whether or not you are happy. Because in the moment, people be saying stuff they don't mean. They say stuff that ain't actually happen, all kind of stuff. And you can't really be worried about them verbal confrontations. You should be worried about the action. And if you keep having verbal confrontations, that means somebody somewhere is not actually trying to get to the greater resolution and the greater good. That means somebody somewhere just unhappy and insecure, and they want somebody else to be unhappy and insecure. So they gonna keep bringing up arguments, and y'all gonna keep having the same unnecessary arguments instead of making progress. And
That damn Kendall
He
been through
hard,
some
ain't
things. He been through some things. He been through some shit, but it's all good.
I've been with some boss women, and I done made some mistakes along the way, and I'm sure they have too. But I hope that I've learned from it in ways that can help me and then help others, because we want to balance each other, man. And it's hard when we out here, living through life and learning, because we all learning.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Dominique said, do gender roles still exist? Like,
Hell yeah. Absolutely. I mean, here's
we
my
gotta
thing.
establish it though. Like, the thing is, if you was in a relationship, let's say you date a person and the person was in a relationship and they was doing certain things a certain way with the last man. Now they might not have been happy, so they obviously didn't end up with this person. So you can't expect the exact same things to occur, or you're gonna be unhappy because you wasn't happy with that situation. So you gotta establish what the roles are. So it's like, look, this is what I'm happy doing as the woman, or the man coming. This is what I expect to be doing as a man. And if you think it should be something else, let's get on the same page before we get too far down the road. And a lot of times, people just assume. They be like, oh yeah, this woman, she gonna be a woman in the house with me. You cook, you clean, you do this, you do that. That's it. And when I speak up, you be quiet. When a woman might not understand that or feel like that.
Right.
It gotta be established and understood before you get too far down the road. But
That's right.
I do feel like we both can't do the same thing. We gotta establish who we are in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
man, what do you expect from me? And then vice versa, so we can operate and then we can hold each other accountable to that.
Yeah, you gotta establish that's that key about being straight up in the initial part of like communication, like being yourself, not giving the person that representative and letting them know what they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because first
and also too, go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's pretty much it. Like the gist of it is be yourself first off, and then that way somebody knows how to deal with you. And don't be surprised. Here's my thing: know yourself. A lot of people don't know what they like. Like I was gonna say women.
Carlos,
I was gonna say
women. In a relationship, you better know yourself.
I was gonna say women, but I'm gonna say men, everybody. But I'm gonna say know yourself. Know what type of because we talking about women, boss women, right? So boss women. Know what kind of man you want. Don't get in these relationships with these dudes who like you, they like the relationship, and then they start bowing down to you, or they start being intimidated by you. Know what you want, because the problem is that you already picking the wrong category of guy off top, and then you expect him to perform.
Gotta know that part. He right.
Right. Okay.
You can't get mad when a man start laying down and not putting no leadership in place and no real, work in front of you as a man when basically you was trying to beat him up. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad when he start laying down and letting you run everything. And you like, where he
now your homegirls, you talking shit to your homegirls about all this man.
You can't get mad when you created that. And then you accepted that, and then you let it continue that way. If you don't like that, you got to say that from the jump, and then kill it. If it's not working and it's not right, don't be misleading this man. Just because you got something you can control for the time being. And I see women do that. A lot of powerful women do that. They want them a Stedman. You know what I'm saying? Because when I don't want you right now, you go to the guest house.
We ain't never getting married.
Because I say so. I see that. I see that happening. So
what you got, Pam?
I mean, I look, this conversation is very juicy.
You about to say something.
And I feel I'm just saying, like, as a woman, we don't want to be in control of the relationship. Most women don't want to be in control of the relationship. We want that man to be in control of the relationship and lead us. However, we want our thoughts and what we bring to the table to be valued. And I think that's the thing. When you're dealing with a man that, says he's an alpha male, that oftentimes he don't want to listen to you. He don't take what you're saying as valuable, you know what I'm saying? And what they would end up doing is men say they want a strong woman, and they say they want this woman to be can bring something to the table, but then what they'll do is they'll go outside of the situation and find a woman that's not doing anything to stroke their ego, because a lot of times men want their ego to be stroked.
Yeah, goddamn.
I'm just saying.
Can I interject real quick?
Hold on. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
If a man will cake you, a woman's gonna stroke you. They're gonna say whatever you want, especially if they feel like they can get what they want. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a woman that comes to the table and that can stand on her own, and she wanna build you up as a man, and she want us or you guys to grow up together strong,
right?
Then it's not that she's trying to be bossy. She's just trying to empower you so that you can continue to lead the relationship the way she wants you to, to take lead.
All right. So let me talk to the ladies out there real quick.
Ladies.
Ladies, let me explain something to y'all. The dynamics of men and female and how we deal with each other. All right. Got a little echo going on. Check this out. Women are looking for their nest to be secure. They're looking for security. That's an innate thing, and it manifests in a lot of different ways in our modern society, usually via money and having a nice home and a nice place for their kids to be, and their security for the kids. Men and women look at men as, look, you're supposed to be helping me provide that, because I got to make sure the nest is straight. So you need to be security. You need to be providing. You need to be hunting, blah, 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 blah. We can go back. But the point I'm making is you want to translate that to right now. So the problem is that men have a role. No, men aren't looking for providers. We don't give a shit how much money you make. Most men, mind you. And even the motherfucking excuse my French, even the gigolos and all them, they still looking for a certain dynamic. So as a real man, you're not looking for this woman to take care of you. You're looking for a companion, because what we're looking for is somebody, once we finish hunting and getting all the stuff together and getting back to the house, everything is straight. Everything is good. Once we get back to the crib.
So the thing is,
let's hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
So let me finish this little point. The problem is that women think men are supposed to value your ability to hunt. We don't give a jack shit about how good you hunt. You know what I'm saying? We're really looking for you to be a woman. Okay. So, but in modern society, it translates different, because now we got all these different dynamics of needing more income, blah, 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 blah. But the point is that we're not looking for a woman to take care of us. We're looking for a companion. And a companion translates into you looking the part, you acting the part. Dare I say, this is going to sound real crazy. Same reason why man and a dog. We're looking for somebody to like make us feel comfortable once we get home. Now, we're supposed to protect everything that has to do with home. But women are stepping into our boundaries and not understanding why we're not so receptive to it. It's unnatural.
Right. But and I'm gonna let Kendall respond to this in a minute. I'm gonna say this much about that. Women have always, even stay-at-home moms back in the 50s and 60s, have always been the ones in the background motivating their husbands, pushing their husband, speaking life into their husbands or to their mates. That's what we're talking about. I'm not talking about
that's a homestead. You're providing security.
I'm not talking about a
that's
woman but now the difference is
you're not providing security. You're
knowledge. No, what I'm saying is right now she's speaking that same knowledge, but she also bringing bacon to the table. That's the only difference. She's still speaking life into that man. I'm saying, but it has to be.
You asked a question. You asked a question.
Right.
So the question is why men ain't so receptive. That's the question. But all right, Quinn, I'll give Kendall a chance. Kendall's a patient dude, right?
Yeah, so basically
real talk.
You asking me why aren't men receptive of input, basically?
Yeah. They are sometimes intimidated, I guess. But go ahead. I want to ask a question.
And like I said, there are times where you got certain men with certain women where that clash is gonna create that. It's gonna create, that moment where she trying to prove that basically she's been able to do things that men ain't doing. And then you got this guy who's saying, hey, I'm trying to prove my place, in society and in this household. And when those two people clash, hey baby, relax. When those two people clash,
that's a woman. She talking.
When those two people clash, it's gonna be a problem, because ultimately he's still trying to find his position, and he's trying to prove, he know he a man, but he's trying to show society that he contributing and he a man. And so when a woman already downplaying what he doing, it's already an issue because now he got to go the extra mile to prove that she can't be him. And so the problem is, you know, you got to really find out more about who you are, who you getting into the situation with, and then being able to communicate to them who you are and what you expect before things get too far down the road and things are always confrontational and you can't progress. And I think that that's the thing. Like, men want women that can help them, but the problem be we having more confrontations, more arguments, more debates than we are actually creating happiness and accomplishing things together. And
But see, the
Real talk.
debates come from sometimes that the man don't want to value what the woman is saying. So should the woman just
there are
say,
men that
I'm
don't.
not going to give you
Hold
no
on, Pam.
advice?
Hold on, Pam. It's men that don't respect women. But because of the circumstances and because of what has been purported by the media, not saying that a lot of men, especially men of color, because of what has happened to us over you know, the systemic, you know, craziness been going on
Racism.
for generations.
Yeah.
You know, we already having issues with respect because y'all already don't respect us the same way that we respect y'all. We raised by women, so we do respect women to a certain degree because if we see something in a woman that our grandmothers embody, that's what make us stay. That's what make us want to figure it out. That's what might attract some of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these are the things that held the household together. So this is what is gonna help balance me out. But when the problem is when you get to a point where that respect has to be fought for, then you go
On both sides.
Respect should be a natural virtue. And if you don't respect somebody, you gotta let them know and go the other way. You don't need to be trying to figure stuff out with somebody you don't respect.
Yep. I want to piggyback off of that. I think that again, back to what we was talking about, is picking your battles, picking your mate. Picking your mate, then picking your battle. Like picking and first, before you pick anybody, know what type of dude, like make a real assessment. Do you want a dude who's gonna be like Jeffrey, like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be a beta. Some women actually thrive better with that.
But see,
What
right,
I'm
but
saying,
some
if you
women,
know that, then pick that. Don't pick an alpha because you think you're a boss chick. You need a boss dude. Because the problem
no,
is that you're gonna pick a dude who you're not naturally aligned with. And then the next thing you know, you in this long-term relationship with a dude who you not naturally aligned with. Pick somebody who you feel, I'm being honest with yourself, you need somebody who's going to support you in your situation. You've done some soul searching, maybe even little therapy. You decided, okay, look, I need a guy who's not so aggressive and allow me to take the lead. That's fine. It's a million dudes. That's why you have like the 10% alpha and the 80 and 90%, whatever the other degrees are. You did me? But you have to
right.
decide
Well,
that before you get with them.
I think that a lot of women do want. Okay, so Kendall, we're gonna let Kendall say his last bit of words because he has to go.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to finish a little of this conversation for a few more minutes. But what's your last perspective, Kendall, about this conversation?
I mean, I think it's a good conversation that need to be had. Like, ultimately, it sounds like what's going to be understood by us in our generation is that, you know, we got to respect each other and we got to learn how to account for who we are before we start holding other people accountable for what they do and what they've done. Because it's hard. It's hard to go into relationships in the workplace. It's hard to go into the relationships in the personal space or romantic space where you don't know who you are or you're not happy with yourself. So I say to people, find out who you are, find out how to be happy with yourself before you seek happiness within a relationship with somebody else. So that you don't find yourself having the same counterproductive conversations, you know, and find yourself at a lower frequency than you belong and deserve to be at. You know, when we out here doing this relationship thing, this dating thing, and we striving to be our better selves in our careers, you know, a lot of times we don't care about the casualties. We don't care about, you know, who we hurt on our way to getting what we think we want. But I say, find out where your happiness with self lies so that you don't have to hurt people along the way. Because all hurt people do is hurt people.
Yeah.
And a lot of these cycles be happening because we don't heal first before we get into the next situation. So we take our residual pain from the last situation and turn that into something that this person has done that they have no, you know, they have nothing no involvement. They don't deserve that treatment. And so we give them a lack of respect because of something that happened in the last situation. So I say heal. Make sure you're in a healed place and you know who you are and what you want before you move into a new relationship. And I say that about business. I say that about personal relationships. That way we'll be happier with each other. Like as men, like we are in an era where women are more empowered than they have probably ever been. You know what I'm saying? And
real talk.
Most of us understand and respect that. But those of us that don't, it's only because they still trying to find their place, and it don't mean that they less of a man. They just not the man that you're looking for. And you should be able to express that, and they should be able to accept that and move on in them separate directions. And that's life. And I feel like if we can get through that process a little bit more without feeling like, you know, we less people or we lesser than because we ain't right, and we can see it and we can admit things, then we'll find ourselves in a lot stronger situations and in a different place as a society 20, 30 years from now.
Mr. Jackson is obviously, he's a poet. I can tell he got some he got some artist stuff going on, bro. I ain't was but everything you said, I'm gonna go ahead and say my piece. Everything you said was correct, and I think on point. I think we all in accordance with that. I think as a black community, we might all just need some big ass counseling.
We need some healing, man.
We need some healing, right? We need some healing. Like that's the point. Like we've been through all this PTSD, generational PTSD. That's a new thing. You ever heard of that? So my point is that I think that we all have a thing inside of us as black people that we want to be great, and we want to contribute, and we want to be remembered and as something great. And I think that the women and the men in the black community, we just ain't on the same frequency all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even blame you. Can't blame the black woman for that. I would be like, yo, just get down and lay down normally. But in talking, it's like you can't even blame them for having to adapt, right, and evolve.
Not at all.
So what we as men, we might have to like. I'm gonna tell you the trick I learned. I'm gonna put it to you like this.
What, Carlos?
Wait a minute. What's up?
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna let Kendall go.
All right, we're gonna let Kendall go.
And then we're gonna finish that part.
All right.
Well, I was listening where you was going. You was headed somewhere.
I was going somewhere, but it's all
headed
good.
Somewhere real, my brother. But I appreciate you, Carlos, and I appreciate you, Pam.
Yep.
We gotta pick this up, man. It's real. The people.
All right, stop in anytime, bro.
I got you. I appreciate y'all.
Right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me finish what I was saying.
Because he had already told me he only had like 30 minutes, but he stayed on for almost an hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went the whole ride. That's what's up. Went almost the whole ride. But I think that the point I'm making is that we're not healed, like you say. That's a good word, but we got a lot of social, cultural healing to do. It's like they ripped us apart, bro. Like from some slavery on, they've done a great job, and they don't even realize that they just part of the mechanism that was put in place earlier. It's almost like a ball rolled down the hill. and these people have continuously kept up the momentum of spreading us apart, right? Keeping us apart. So that's jail, that's slavery, that's Jim Crow, that's war, that's whatever. So what I'm saying is this: we have to be smarter, and it's only going to be the micro situations, relationship to relationship to relationship. We got to be smarter than what we are, because right now we reactive, and we as a culture we're getting better, because especially our women are like they killing it for real. Like I think the most degrees and high degrees have been by black females. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is and what year, but that's still an astonishing accomplishment in the fact that we're the minority and they're the minority
Right.
of the minority. They're the minority of the minority and they're killing it. So that just speaks to the ability of the black woman, you know, and I guess you want to say the black race, but the black woman, but the black women out there. Let me round this out because we at the end of our hour.
Right.
I want y'all to take a step back. Take a step back and look at yourself. Look at your life. Look at what you've been through. Look at your parenting. Not you parenting your children, but you've been parented. Look, like
Right.
honestly, look at what's important to you. Like what kind of man you really want. Do you really want a man who is in control? Do you really want to get a reins to a man? Do you really want to give the reins to a man? If you don't know what reins are, that's the thing they hold horses with, or reindeer. Like they hold the horse and tell him which way to go. That's reins. So do you really want to get that to a man? You want him to go once you trust him? Or are you really searching for somebody to partner with you? You want him to be on the same playing field. You don't want to play that whole man-woman thing. That's cool too. But understand this. Or the last choice, you just want a dude who's just going to follow you because you think you know best. You may know best. And there are dudes who know less than you and cool with riding with you. But you need to know what you're doing because you're getting into relationships and you're not understanding why this dude don't want to follow you because you're picking a dude who don't follow. Because a leader, he's able to follow under higher leaders. He's able to follow under people above him. That's a good leader. He's able to take orders. But a leader is able to take, but the real leader takes orders, takes accountability up, not accountability down. Y'all bear with me. A leader takes advice from the people up under him. He's taking advice from his constituents. A president has a cabinet, blah, blah, blah. A captain has his crew. They're like, yo, captain, we got an iceberg over here. What you want to do? You want to turn? You want to oh, yo, we got this dude. He want to, he trying to take over the shit. What you want to do? And then he takes account of what he wanted. And then he takes all that into account and then he does something. But if you don't want to do that's just going to take what you got and make a decision, and then you have to ride with that decision, then you don't want an alpha. You don't want a boss dude. You understand me? If you need a dude to prove over and over and over again he's a boss, you don't really want that. You want somebody who's going to be your partner, and that's fine. But pick a partner. Don't pick who's going to be a leader over you. I guess that's the best way I can say. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it no more.
Okay.
Oh yeah, teach the badass kids because they turn out to be non-alpha males.
Okay. Well, I say this. I feel like, in a relationship, I think that most women look for partners. They look for partners, someone that is, because in every partnership, partnerships are not always 50-50. Some partnerships are 20-80. Some partnerships are 30-70. Some partnerships are 60-40. A partnership is like a business. You have percentages sometimes. It's not always 50-50. So I think there's a lot of women, they look for someone that can, build with them. And it takes partnerships to build with them. It takes a team. It takes women that know, um, unless this man is rich and you just don't have to bring nothing to the table, you know, that's a difference. You want someone that may want to build with you and grow with you, and then y'all can make things happen together, and each other respect what each other has to say about what their perspectives are in life, and even in business in general, because a lot of times, women have well, all the time, women have been leaders in the home. Even in the 50s and the 60s, that man come home, that woman is advising, helping, planning. If you hear any stories about any strong man, you heard that in the background he had a very strong woman guiding him and helping him make tough decisions. So, and like I do agree with what Kendall said, that has a lot to do with confidence. If that man is confident within himself to say, hey, I embrace what she's saying, and I'm taking this information and accountability, and I feel like we can make this decision and make it great. So, that's what it's about. It's about respecting the Black woman, respecting women and what they can bring to the table. A lot of times, we don't have to prove who we are if we lead by example and continue to do what we need to do necessary. Our actions will actually speak louder than words. So I always say we're stronger together. We're stronger together in a relationship. We're stronger together in business. We're stronger together in anything. So I don't feel like no one can be a dictator of any situation. Most dictatorships don't really succeed. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. So saying that is we're stronger together. Like, it takes a team. And watch us every single Sunday at 5:30. We appreciate everyone, for Dominique for commenting. And we can't say
You've been
everyone
on it,
because Dominique,
Dominique.
we
Everybody else
appreciate you
scared,
for
as usual.
right, for coming and coming in and giving your perspective. We appreciate that. We appreciate every time someone comes on and gives their perspective. So we appreciate my cousin Kendall for coming on and being a part of the show. Thank him for stopping and just making some time. So, saying all that, have a great day, and we appreciate you. We love each. Oh, hey, forgot about this. I'm sorry, Carlos. My GoFundMe page. Check out my GoFundMe.
All
Support your
right.
girl. I'm trying to sell
Support
300.
local
A
Black
1,000
businesses.
tickets.
Y'all
That's
come
right.
on. Local Black businesses.
1,000 meal tickets. I'm trying to sell 1,000 meal tickets before the end of
Right.
June, and I'm
Right.
trying to have 300 customers a day. And if you can't do neither one of them, we have a GoFundMe page. You can donate $1, $2, or whatever you have, whatever you can. That'll be
Yep.
greatly appreciated. And if you can't do that, just go to my page and just share it to your friends that can contribute something.
Right.
That's what it
There
is.
it is. There it is. Y'all support, man. Y'all talk about y'all want the Black community to come up and why we can't come up, and then these white people talking all this rap about us. Let's support. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's get it popping. Black Wall Street, baby. Let's get it. Let's
Bye,
go.
y'all. He crazy.